Ladies and gentlemen, the third matchup is one which is widely considered the one to watch. The most highly anticipated matchup of the round, making his Submission Kings debut, a man that needs no introduction. He represents and leads the charge of House Tinkerbell. One of the most highly anticipated debutants to date. From the blue corner, please welcome JP Tinkerbell Kruger. His opponent enters the mat as the number 1 ranked middleweight with a record of 2-1-1. This marks his 5th matchup on the Submission Kings mat. He represents and leads the charge of Creon's BJJ and looks to continue his ascendancy. Fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Chris Steenkamp. Alrighty, here we are, Monique. The most anticipated matchup of the round. JP Kruger and Chris Steenkamp. You might have noticed a big difference in size and height between these two guys, but this is honestly where Chris Steenkamp really thrives. He wants to be known as a guy that takes on big opponents anytime, anywhere. That's his style. He's small for this division, but he is up. He is up for absolutely everything. Bob.
Yeah. How many minutes?
Righty. Excited to see this one. Obviously, a lot of hype behind JP Kruger in this one. Oh, Chris straight into it. And that's Chris's style. He's gonna attack, and he's gonna keep attacking, and he's gonna make his presence felt. I mean, he's got the experience. I mean, obviously JP Kruger's a lifetime martial artist, lifetime competitor.
He's going to be very composed. I think JP's used to a lot of pressure.
Chris is just very comfortable on this mat.
Getting onto a Kimura entry.
It's going to be tough on a man as big and as strong as JP Kruger, but you got to try.
Getting that hand in the
Good
face.
strategy here by Chris. Get a bit dirty. Get in JP's face. One thing about JP Kruger you'll notice, man, there is not a guy that loves Jiu-Jitsu more than JP Kruger. He's
so
smiling,
seasoned.
having a good time. Look at him. He's just loving life. This is where he's comfortable, man. I've never to this day met a guy that loves Jiu-Jitsu more than JP. You'll never see him on the mat without a smile on his face.
And he's been doing it for years and years, so he's very seasoned in the sport. He doesn't bring the aggressive game, but once he's... I think Chris is definitely going to work from the bottom here, try and enter some legs or maybe work for his triangle attempts. He's got lots of limbs to work with for JP Kruger.
Yeah. And it seems a long way up to get that triangle if you're Chris.
To break some posture. There we go.
And Chris doing a great job, staying safe, staying comfortable. JP's obviously in a kind of top position, but behind the legs of the closed guard, so Chris doing all the right things.
Closed guard's a good position for this rule set because you can rest a bit. You don't have to use too much time, like we said in the tournament. It's about the longevity of your jiu-jitsu, yeah.
JP just seems comfortable. He's not trying to push up the pace just yet. He's just talking to his corner, having a good time. One thing I will tell you about JP Kruger, physically is insanely strong. Like JP loves to give you a hug, but with definitely a double underhook on the hugs. and he's insanely strong. Chris is really good on the armbar. In fact, his contact from Dylan Kerr Miguel came through as Chris Kimura armbar, something like that, and they refer to him in the gym as that's all he does, Kimuras and armbars.
Actually does enter the legs a lot as well. I
Yeah.
think his leg lock defense is really, really good as well.
Yeah.
And there we go, triangle
Yeah.
attempt.
And I think Chris will have a lot of confidence in this one. I mean, we saw him really play to the rule set against Cam Pritchard, a way bigger opponent, managed to run the clock down and win in the extra time. So a really great confidence booster for him to deal with bigger guys.
Yes.
But not to say that he's not a technical master. You know, he's really a great technician, but so is JP. Also, I just want to mention, because JP will kill me if I don't mention this, he has had a plan to compete in these particular shorts for many a weeks
Special
now.
shorts.
Yeah.
Is this the lucky shorts?
Yeah, I think so.
It's just like looking at a shoulder cross sweep, I'm assuming from here, but still disconnected.
JP got a great base. You see in that sort of like kneeling position, he really gets those knees flared out and keeps that base nice and tight.
And keeps it super relaxed.
Yeah, look at that base.
So Chris is controlling the wrist to avoid that full half guard position.
I'm intrigued with JP's strategy here. You know, like he's got a bit of a physical advantage, but he's not really like turning it on just yet. You know, he's staying quite calm and just comfortable in sitting in that position, but not
Playing on
really,
the outside.
not really trying anything just yet.
But like we said, we need the energy on the long for the long haul. So his strategy might be to get into that position, the back take.
See if he starts to put that head pressure on, how Chris is going to react. Great frames there by Steenkamp. Really staying safe. Keeping his head clear so there's no crossface. Using that right leg on the hip.
And now he's controlling the legs, which should give him opportunity to pass the guard.
I think JP is also quite conscious of the leg attacks of Chris. You can see he doesn't really want to come forward and commit. Yeah, JP Kruger having a hell of a time out there with a big smile on his face.
The smile brings the good energy. So very much a stalemate position at this point.
Yeah.
But I think Chris is the one going for more submission attempts and,
Sure.
and getting onto the arms a little bit more.
For those of you familiar with JP Kruger, you would refer to him as a kickboxer. He was a 5-time national kickboxing champion. He mentioned losing a MMA fight which broke his heart against Yannick Bahati, and that really forced him to go and concentrate on his jiu-jitsu.
Yannick Bahati's a fight.
So, great.
Set back in the middle.
Great ambassador for the sport, both of these guys. Chris, the evergreen competitor, and JP, the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life on the jiu-jitsu mat. But
No.
one of these guys are really going to have to go after it. I mean, you've got 2 minutes 23 to go. We really want to see the guys really turn on the pressure now. I think it's on JP now. I mean, JP's got a bit of advantage here in terms of physicality, like really put it on Chris and get it done.
Keeping it. It's interesting to see Chris playing the bottom game, but I'd like to see him enter some of his leg attacks. It's very tactical.
So if you're Chris now, when you're trying to get in on that legs, you're looking for a bit of elevation of the
Getting
hips.
under that, getting under the hips, getting under the armpits on the left side of JP, and then elevating through to the back.
No easy task to get
No
those
easy
hips
task.
elevated. Now
Chris
working that
is-
leg entry.
Yeah, I just need to close the gap on the space there a bit, and should be able to get in there. But JP staying very, very safe, controlling the leg.
I must be honest, I'm quite taken aback by the play it safe approach from JP Kruger. I thought he would have really tried to stamp his authority on this one, but too busy concerned with having a good time, I think.
That's what it's all about. I think we'll go into that.
Okay, back up onto the feet to look up at the corner from Steenkamp. 50 seconds to go here. Interesting to see the approach by both of these guys.
I don't think we're going to get the opportunity to see a finish at the end of this. But you never know. Chris turning it up a little bit more.
I think Chris will also know that JP's going to have some advantages in that extra time with the physicality.
Yeah.
You know, less than 30 seconds to go. He's really starting to turn up the pressure now. I think both of these guys have left it a little bit later, to be honest.
We'll probably go into extra time.
Sure.
And if JP gets the opportunity for a body lock.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is more than likely going to go to extra time. The referee will do a coin toss. The winner of that coin toss will decide to whether attack or defend. They'll have the option between a back control or the spider position, which is an armbar position. Let's have a look on what they choose. Referee Kirk Bloomer pulling them in for the coin toss. He'll offer up Steenkamp in deep conversation with his corner here is about the approach. It's an interesting approach. You've got to decide, you know, if you're tired, do you attack, do you defend, what do you do?
I think you always go for the back.
Sure.
The back is king.
And I'm intrigued to see, I mean, we spoke about Chris's love for the armbar. We've yet to see a spider position here at Sub Kings. Perhaps
I think the strategy should be right time, you know. We need to see who can, well, you never know. And we've got the back attack.
Yeah, back position here. Hooks in,
Smart
seatbelt
choice.
in for JP. Steenkamp already making sure he leans forward. Good defensive position on the hands.
In the middle of the chest.
Yeah, and the guys are learning now. They know don't give up any ground in this position, you know. And Chris keeping in touch with his corner here, making sure. Timer.
Falling to the choke side.
Okay. Great control here by JP. Hip lock position, really strong on that neck. Really, really strong on that neck.
Hip lock position.
That's a great strategy from JP. Keep attacking the submission, keeping that control.
Just fighting the hands really, really well. Going straight to the end of the lever on that.
And that's it.
Chris has very well done from JP.
Interesting here.
Less than 30 seconds.
I think Chris is going to take the armbar position here. It's the first time we're going to see this. Let's see what he does.
It's an interesting choice in terms of, you know, after 8 minutes of grappling. So it's a
very,
hard position.
Very strong guy.
Yes.
Getting that
JP.
getting that arm loose is not going to be easy. So this is the spider position, ladies and gentlemen. The first time we're seeing it at Submission Kings. He'll Kirk Bloomer bringing them to the center of the match here. So he'll be attacking an arm in essence. JP Kruger has to survive.
It's probably going to take the best possible grip for defense from JP, but this is a really good submission for Chris, one of his favorites.
Chris going for broke here, absolutely going for broke.
He's probably going to try.
Chris is going to shoot straight for those hips. You can see already. The second the ref lets go, he's going straight for the hips.
See, he has to fight.
Clock.
Submission attack, finish.
I think JP is just going to be, his strength is just going to be too much, but it's really, really, really tight already. His head's free.
His head's
really
free. So
smart there from JP Kruger.
He's got 10 seconds to make this happen.
And that's it. That's JP Kruger's. Well done, JP Kruger.
Fight. That was a really, really, really good matchup.
I'm with your winner here, JP Kruger. Seemed a very calm approach in the beginning. Was the strategy to get to the end of the time, or were you looking for that fast submission?
Yes man, dit is Jiu-Jitsu. Ek is net so freaking privileged om vandag hier te wees en my lyfie kan doen wat dit doen. So praise Jesus. Hy het my bene gehad het, ek wou graag sy nek hê, maar dit het nie so gebeur nie. En toe dog ek, yes, as ons overtime gaan, ek hou van reën, ek het choke, so dis pretty cool. En Chris is kak goed. En ek was baie bitter bang vir daai bene wat hy speel gros. Maar ag man, praise Jesus, wat 'n lekker aand. Awesome, dankie.
JP Kruger off to the next round.